Joe Biden, our vice president, in case you weren't aware, came out in favor of same-sex marriages, stating that it was a civil right and a civil liberty, and he had no problem with men marrying men and women marrying women. And this is our vice president, okay? Second in charge of the entire United States, 360 million people. He's okay with it. So, I guess I don't understand people who aren't okay with it. If you're not okay with same-sex marriage, then just remember that you do not have to partake in a same-sex marriage. But just because you're not for it doesn't mean you should take it away from someone else. You know, if we could do that, then nobody would eat meat, because, you know, people like PETA and vegans are, you know, they don't like meat, so they're not going to want you to eat meat. So therefore, nobody gets to eat meat. So you can't have a society that deems the way they feel about something that's a right. I mean, we have a right to eat animals, I suppose. We do, so I guess we have the right to eat them. And nobody stops it, even though they don't like it. Gay marriage shouldn't be stopped just because you don't like it. You know, it's like being a vegetarian. You know, if you don't like meat, you don't have to eat meat. You can't stop someone else from eating it, but, you know, you can tell them how you feel about it, see if they'll listen to you, but most likely if it's someone who really, really loves meat, you're telling them that it's not going to do any good. And you're telling a gay person that they shouldn't be gay, it's not really going to do any good, because that's what they are. You can't change that. No matter how much you try to change it, it's not going to happen. So, the point is, it's supported. You need to have a really good reason. I mean, is the fact that it's supposedly in the Bible that they shouldn't do that, is that reason to take away a right from someone because it was written in a book, you know, a long, long time ago, possibly in a galaxy far away? You can't, if we lived by the Bible, if we lived in a society that lived strictly by the Bible, we'd have a completely different society. And I don't think a lot of people grasp that concept. They pick and choose, like the concept called cafeteria Catholic. A Catholic who picks what they want to follow out of the Bible and discards the rest. I've heard of that. So, you can't pick what you want out of the Bible and discard the rest just because, you know, you feel nothing is more right than another. Anyone who knows the Bible at all knows that there is no sin that is greater than another. All sins are equal. And so, if all sins are equal, then, you know, everybody is sinning, which, in fact, sin is actually a Greek word for miss the mark. When you had, back during the heyday of Greece, there were Olympics, as we know, and in the Olympics, it was like target practice. They would throw, if you missed the mark, someone on the other side would yell out, "Sin!" And that has been taken and warped a little and added to the Bible to give its own twist on meaning. But anyway, point is, you shouldn't have anything against gay marriage. And if you do, you should really evaluate why you have something against it. And if you still have something against it, which logically speaking you shouldn't, but if you do, you should remember that it's not something you have to partake in, and it's really somebody else's life. Stop trying to live other people's lives.